water. So right
Yeah,
now the
right.
problem is that our surface winds, yes, are calm and relatively coming in from the south and the west, but it's those upper winds are coming in from the southwest, and that's why we are expecting that smoke, and we've had reports of some smoke heading up towards the north. So again, this is just the generic area that I have personally plotted on the map to show where that smoke is headed. And you can see where the fire is burning. The fire is just south of Elkhorn Slough, the smoke predominantly going up towards the north. Now we could see that earlier from our Fremont Peak camera, which is about 16 miles off towards the east, and that at a clear shot of that, you could see that the fire itself, and Felix confirmed that, the plume was going straight up, which is a sign of those calm winds at the surface. But then you could start to see that smoke getting carried up by those upper level winds around 1,000, now spreading to about 2,000 feet or so. And so that could, if it is carried far enough up towards the north, which I believe it will be with those winds a little stronger than at the surface. So areas in the Santa Cruz Mountains, the southern parts, Mount Madonna, and then also into parts of the Watsonville area could be seeing and experiencing some of that smoke. So again, expected to see that smoke heading towards the north, which is the opposite direction of the areas of the orders. So these are two separate issues. Of course, the evacuation orders are south of the slough where the fire actually is, but the concern with the smoke is north of there where that is getting lifted and pushed up. So surface winds right now, this is the good news. These are the calmer winds that you can see pushing up, and they're all onshore. So that all is relatively good news as we go into early tomorrow morning, still light winds. Here's that evacuation order though. So as Nick was reading off those numbers, these are the zones. I've highlighted that in the blue. And as you look at this, very few roadways. We're familiar with Dolan Road, then you go down to Castroville, but the densely populated area of Castroville closer to 1 and 156 there, not included in that for now. Of course, this could change, but again, it's not that large of a populated area. But north of there, where the smoke could be headed, again, that's a separate issue. So winds up at 5,000 feet, up in the upper atmosphere, coming in mainly from the west. So between those 5,000 foot winds and the surface winds around 2,000, where that plume is, that's where it's heading up towards the north. This could spread though, so anywhere around the Central Coast, especially Moss Landing north, those are the areas that are going to be the most concerned for those winds. You can see those winds ramping up tomorrow morning as well, meaning that that smoke potentially could spread to a broader area. So everyone is going to have to stay updated with that.
So you're saying that potentially we could have almost a direct westerly by morning.
That is
that's
for those
not a
upper
good
winds.
that's not a good scenario.
No, it's not. In that situation, we would prefer that offshore, the opposite direction.
Now, yeah, but these are winds aloft.
These are winds aloft. So this is the plume we're talking about, which would carry that smoke and that potentially toxic air.
Yeah, but surface winds in the morning?
Surface winds are relatively calm. So again, that is good.
Great, that's
yes.
the good news.